Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Odysseus of Crete. And following up on the heels of the last episode, we have one major problem that we need to deal with within the lifetime here of Odysseus, however long that ends up being. And that is the matter of succession. Now, obviously, our son and heir here, Prince Ptolemy, will be our inheritor. But because of our realm's succession laws, he will not be inheriting all of our titles. You'll see we'll be losing a lot of titles here, not only to his younger brother here, but also to all of our daughters as well, due to the fact that when we changed our religion here to have equal rights between men and women, that has also changed our inheritance laws as well to be equal, which I'm fine with that, and it's not going to, I think it still is fairly fitting for our religion and also our family and all the things that have been kind of happening and building up until now. Here you'll see that the women have a very prominent place, especially in the priesthood and in the cult of Kyrios. And just overall, we are really going to need to do our best to manage the succession crisis, because it is a crisis. Ptolemy will only be inheriting the kingdom title, the Duchy of Alexandria, and Alexandria itself, which isn't a massive inheritance. It'll still give him the majority of the power. We're not going to be creating any new kingdoms, so nothing's going to split off. But he's going to have all of his siblings as his vassals, which will reduce his power somewhat here, including some of our best provinces as well, with Heliopolis, Giza, Arsinoe. The Delta is going to go as well, and just in general, we're going to get a lot of things splitting up here. Queen Avanthia is going to inherit some as well, so we didn't necessarily plan this perfectly, but that is kind of how the game goes, and things are always constantly changing, and you got to deal with those situations. And in an RP playthrough like this, I'm not so concerned with never losing anything. The fact that we might lose a few counties or things like that, we'll be able to take them back, and it's not really that debilitating to lose a little bit of power in each playthrough, because then we can just rebuild that power base with our next character. So I'm not too concerned, but I would like to potentially try to retain as much power for our next character as we possibly can. So how are we going to do that? Well, unfortunately, we cannot change the succession laws because we do not have the innovations we need. Now, what we want to do is we want to get here to partition. That's going to be a lot better than Confederate partition, because this is going to keep more titles under the lands of our eldest son, Ptolemy. So if we can get this, that's going to be quite helpful to us in ensuring that Ptolemy has a stronger power base. We won't be able to change the gender laws, and I'm not sure if we even will. I mean, I would consider switching over to male preference here, but I'm fine with it as it is for now. I just would like to get to partition, and eventually if we can get to high partition, that would be even better. But in order to do that, we're going to need the heraldry to get high partition. But in order to get partition, all we need is hereditary rule. Well, currently the Greek culture is actually already focusing on hereditary rule, and it's expected to be discovered in about 15 years. So that's a random number. It can be sometimes more, it can be sometimes less. But for the moment, we need to assume that if we can live 15 years, we'll be able to change our laws to partition and keep more titles with Ptolemy. So that is our goal. It's going to be a tough goal considering the fact that we are at stress level 3 and we're 6 away from essentially having a heart attack. So that is going to be something that we're going to need to deal with right away, and we are going to do so by using some of these events. Now, we're going to talk to a confidant. That's going to be a little bit helpful anyways. So we're going to go to our son and heir, who is our best friend. After a long conversation with them, I can feel my thoughts coming down. However, as I rejoin the court, I can see the jealousy on the courtiers' faces. After all, who wouldn't want to have Ptolemy's trust? Indeed, my mind is at ease, so we lose 39 stress. That's a nice little bonus there. And we can also donate to charity in order to lose some stress because of our improvident trait as well. So we are going to do that. It's going to cost us some money, but money is meant to be spent. So Kyrios is generous. We lose another 39 stress. That's going to save us from probably having a heart attack, which is pretty good. But we're going to need to continue to look for ways to lose stress as well. We could try to hold mystical communion. This is going to be helpful as well because it's going to give us some learning lifestyle experience. So we're going to do that. My dear liege, I must applaud your mystical exploration of our faith. From the rumors I hear, it sounds like I have a thing or two to learn myself, says Duke Gregoras of Spoleto. I would be happy to share. Indeed, we gain divine guidance. We grow closer to forming a friendship, and that's going to help us with that stress right there. And we also gain the 300 learning lifestyle experience, which is going to give us another perk. And that's going to be helpful because we are going down the whole of body tree, and that gives us some massive bonuses here. So I think that what we're going to do first is probably, let's see. Mental resilience, time between mental breaks. This seems like it could be helpful in our current status. But I think we're going to go for iron. You know what? We're going to go for mental resilience just because the stress is a little bit more pressing now. But then we'll get the iron constitution, which will give us a nice bit of disease resistance. Then we can get healthy, which will give us a medium health boost. And then we can eventually get whole of body, which gives us another medium health boost and reduces stress and is going to potentially ensure that we can live quite some time. If we can get all the way down there, we will gain a lot of bonuses towards our health here, and we should be looking good after that. So that's the goal, is to finish off that tree. So anytime we can get learning lifestyle boosts, we are going to try to do so, but we also need to manage our stress in other ways as well. So we're going to be looking towards avoiding getting stressed, like in some of these, but we will still be playing true to our character. If an event comes up that's going to give us stress and it's the right option to choose, we will still choose that. This is ridiculous, Cigar protests. As the keeper of the despot's personal collection, I have a responsibility to ensure the quality of your work. You will see it once that it's finished, Vela retorts. You should leave a man to his work when he is making a throne fit for royalty. Stick to your own duties, Sagar? Yeah, I think that is fine to choose there. What is this? Count Mukhtar is dear to me. Would you let him go in return for this offer? No, I don't know if I will. I mean, we could have lost a lot of stress there, but I still want to be probably taking some of this guy's titles when we get the opportunity here. So we're going to, we're not going to do that. We have way too many duchies, but all those duchies are going to go to our children, and that is better than them going to strangers. So we could have lost a little bit of stress there. Might have been the right decision, but for now we're going to keep him in prison because this man is a dangerous man. He has a lot of titles and a lot of power, and we need to take that away from him when we can, and we'll be able to do that relatively soon. Our truce with him expires in 6 more months. Then we'll be able to revoke titles, and because he's in prison, he won't be able to stop us. Priesthood of Ares has been called by Emir Milad ibn Jadira of the Wahhabids. They've converted to New Hellenic? Oh, is this the character? Yeah, look at this. So this is Atticus. His daughter was married to Milad ibn Jadira here, and then we converted them both, and now he has actually taken over the Wahhabite Emirate, and so his children are actually of House Leonidas here, and they're going to inherit that, which is actually pretty good. That is going to be very, very interesting to see. This is the first independent, I believe, independent Hellenic state other than our own, and well, we're not even technically independent, so that's really cool to see that Hellenism is starting to spread here. We do have an event here, 2 palfreys. Pope Victor of the Papacy has bestowed upon me a most gracious gift. A couple of well-bred palfreys, 1 mare and 1 stallion. The Pope is doing this. That's interesting. My lord, my heteria, Helios beckons me over to the stallion. Look at these muscles in those hindquarters. This one would serve well in war. They will serve the lords and ladies at court, and they will both fetch a good price. I will train the stallion myself. Ooh, you know what? I think we're going to do so. That's going to give us some nice little bonuses. But I think that we will train this stallion ourselves. It is a gift from the Pope here. So there we go. We have gained a war horse, and we did manage to properly train him. So that is pretty cool. We've got somebody with a book inspiration here, but I don't think we're going to bother with that. We've got lots of spaces filled up, and we do have our excellent throne being built. We don't need to hold court just yet either, so we're probably going to await. Here it is, our throne. Famed throne. That is pretty good. He whips off the covering. It is a throne of masterful craftsmanship. The frame is constructed from solid oak posts and the seat is cushioned with velvet pillows. The throne of Argeus here. That is very good. Let's go to mythology to name our horse. We will name him, let's see, Boreas, the ancient Greek god of the north wind. I like that. So we have our throne. Let's go and set that up in our court here. I would like to change... Ooh, wow, look at that. That looks pretty nice. I'd like to change the name of it here. So we are going to do so. We're going to call it Throne of Argeus. I know it's not the most creative name, but it is fitting. So court grandeur bonus, tyranny loss plus 12%, and plus 0.4 prestige. That is a nice bonus to prestige. So that is pretty good to see. A snake at court. I am heading for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep when I hear a faint rustle from a window. Just the wind, I think, until the wind starts to speak. Sophia, open up, my treasure. It is I, Eugenios. I push the shutters open, and lo and behold, a man has climbed up to Sophia's window. This is our daughter, Princess Sophia of Crete. It is Mayor Eugenios of Amalfi. Oh dear. What did you just call my daughter, you a voluptuary? Oh dear. Hopefully she hasn't been enticing this man here. The initials necklace is at low durability. Oh, it should be fine for now. We can appoint a worthy successor to the Knight of the Bull. Let's see, do we have anybody? Nope, we got to seek a worthy accolade successor, so we will do so. Let's see, Sheikh Ramadan. Okay, we can get some money for you. I don't think that's too important there. And we have children who lack guardians. So our granddaughter, Theodosia, she can learn from, let's see, Princess Rikiza, that would be fine. Our granddaughter Nicorete, let's see, you are learning your learning education. So maybe we'll send you over to learn with Gabriella. And then we have Antonia, and you are... Oh wow, she's got some good traits. You are learning stewardship, so let us put you under the tutelage of Princess Sophia there. So that seems pretty good. As some of you did point out, we do have the university, but I don't think we can send anybody to university just yet. I don't think we have anybody who is of the right age, and I'm not sure if it's actually an event in here somewhere or if it's something that we have to do with the character itself. But we will try to send our children to university when the opportunity arrives, because that is going to give some even better bonuses here at our university in Heliopolis. Recently, a hunter in my realm went out hunting one day when he stumbled upon a hole. He was curious and dug deeper, and he found some ancient artifacts. Most were useless and broken, save for a flute made from what appears to be the bones of a giant creature or a man. Could get this bone flute. That's a masterwork trinket. Thank you for the kind gift. I gained some stress reduce, or stress from that, but perhaps we say it unnerves me. No thanks. Yeah, perhaps we're suspicious of this all. Who are we being raided by? Jarl Ingmar. Oh dear. All right, we're going to need to deal with that, and we're going to deal with that by building a rally point right beside him, raising all of our armies and sending them directly in to go and deal with him. Well, then. I wake in the middle of the night to see a dark figure in my chambers. I know not what has happened to my guards, but when I see the glint of moonlight reflecting off the blade, I know that it is too late for me. A sufficiently sharp dagger makes little sound as it pierces my flesh, and through the rush of agonizing pain, I could not tell if my screams were any more audible. I had so much to live for. We were murdered by an unknown assailant. Despot Odysseus of Crete has abandoned this mortal coil at 53 years of age. He died under mysterious circumstances. Although quite famous for his sharp intellect, he could still not outsmart Hades. Despot Ptolemy ascends to the throne. A suspicious man, his paranoia might not sit well with his subjects. Well now, that is interesting turn of events. So despite our attempts to build up our health and ensure our success, it seems as though that was all for naught due to the fact that we were murdered by an unknown assailant. Now, who could have possibly done that? That is a very good question, and one that I'm not sure if we'll ever find the answers for. But that does mean that we will be taking over as Despot Ptolemy here, and we will be continuing as him for the near future here. So let us take a little bit of an assessment here as we deal with the aftermath of what just happened here. Let's see. So indeed, our dynasty head has changed here. It's changed over to Despot Leon the Poet for the moment. I don't think that will remain the case, but it is for the moment. We do have a new oracle, which we can potentially change. Let's see here. Can we change that to the High Priestess? We will do so. We'll put High Priest Athanasia in charge because she has better learning. She's converting over the faith. We need to look at our council here. So first we'll look at let's look at ourselves here. Who is Despot Ptolemy of Crete? Well, he is a patient man, so we got a good trait there. That's going to be pretty helpful. But he is shy, so not the best trait there, but it's not the worst one. Paranoid also, that is unhelpful in terms of stress, but it will give us some bonuses in other elements as well. So we gain a little bit more safety when it comes to schemes and things like that. So we are a charismatic negotiator, so we are a diplomatic type character. We've got the Blade Master trait, so that's going to be pretty helpful perhaps. Pilgrim, obviously we are consecrated blood from the bloodline of Alexandros and even further back to Ares himself. We are intelligent, so pretty good trait here. We're a traveler and we are a valued warlike courtier. So not too bad actually. Our character, this is a decent character that we've got here. You know, our traits are pretty good. We've got very high prowess, a lot of bonuses. We do have a lot of items as well here. So we've got the sword of Argeus, we've got the armor of Argeus, which we can now rename. And I will go back and I'll look at some of the names that you guys had suggested in between episodes and give that one a good name. We also have the Argeus mace, which is actually quite a bit better than the sword here. So we're actually probably going to switch over to the mace because this is a extremely good weapon. You'll remember that this weapon was the one made by our smith who died immediately after making this weapon. This is a huge, this thing's got some nice bonuses here. So prowess plus 11, number of knights plus 2, really good. Enemy fatal casualties, a little bit of a bonus there. So we will be using that, and the sword of Argeus will probably go to perhaps we'll give that to our brother or something like that. We haven't quite decided yet. Let's go check out our royal court. We have it mostly filled out here. We've got a lot of different things to hang up, and I think we've got everything currently placed here. So yeah, I think all the current spots are filled up, unless I am mistaken. So our court is set up pretty good and should be doing well. We are losing money currently, which is not as good, but we inherited a lot from our father, so we should be doing okay for now. We're just going to need to deal with that as much as we can here. So our wife can assist us, which is going to give us, I think actually that's probably going to be best. Get some nice little bonuses all across the board. That's going to bring us to have most of our things in the good or average, and our learning is excellent. So that's going to be pretty helpful. We need a new chancellor. So, look at this. Duke Marios is an amazing chancellor. That is going to give us some really nice bonuses here. So we're going to keep him on domestic affairs because I would like to continue to build up those relations there. We need a steward here. Who's going to be our best steward? Prince Hypatios, our brother, should be fine. You know, he's not, he is a fairly powerful vassal, so we're going to put him in charge of that. And he's got good stewardship, so that should be pretty helpful as well. Do we have him on collect taxes, or do we promote the Greek culture here? I think we probably continue to promote the Greek culture, and we'll promote it in Heliopolis there. And then we have our Marshal Tigran Hassan Jalailan. He will continue to do so. Do we need to raise control anywhere? Probably, but most of these places are held by others, and they can probably actually deal with their own raising of control. So we're going to keep him on organizing our army for now, because I want to ensure that we have a nice little power base to work from. In terms of our spy master here, I think that we are going to probably put Duchess Epiphania. She doesn't really like us, but she'll probably like us a lot better once we put her in that position. So there we go. We're going to get her to disrupt schemes so that we do not end up like our father did. Now, the nice thing would be if we could get a position on the council, but I don't know if our stats are going to be enough. But we should be able to we should actually get a position on the council due to the fact that we should, if I am not mistaken, have the guaranteed council rights here. So we can use the demand council position at will, and we will certainly do so. And what position shall we demand? We could become the chancellor. We would gain +3 prestige, fellow vassal opinion, monthly diplomacy, lifestyle experience. Could be pretty good. We could gain, so we can just pick whichever one we want. That is really nice. Let's see. I don't know if we want to be the spy master. So the ones that I'm looking between are chancellor and steward. Steward would be nice because it will really help out with our money situation. And, you know, we're not a terrible steward, really. You know, it's at 12, so it's our average. But, you know, I think it might be worth it to go for... you know what? The money thing is... I think the money thing is going to be too important. So... Oh, can we... We cannot... Oh, they cannot be fired. So what about the Chancellor? Okay, we can demand the Chancellor position. So we are going to do that. There we go. So we are now the current Chancellor of the Empire. So nice little bonus. The fellow vassal opinion bonus is nice, but it's also going to give us the diplomacy lifestyle experience, which will be helpful. And we haven't gone down this tree with any characters so far in our many different roleplay series here. So we are going to... We're going to go for this. So let's see, what do we have? We could go for foreign affairs focus, diplomacy +3. We could go on majesty focus, prestige +1, or family focus. No, I think we're going to probably go for foreign affairs. We're getting a lot of prestige already, so I'm not too worried about that. We're going to continue down the August tree here. So we've already got some nice perks. Let's see. Sway scheme power is up. Inspiring rule gives us monthly prestige. Firm hand, monthly prestige per dread. Praetorian guard, monthly prestige per night. So this is essentially giving us a lot of prestige, which is pretty nice. Writing history, you can take commission epic. That's pretty good. And then the next ones we're going to get level of fame impact and diplomacy per level of fame, and then eventually August, which will get us diplomacy, martial, and prestige. Not too bad. After that, we're probably going to head over here to the diplomat tree because that gives some really useful bonuses as well. So overall, things are not looking too terrible. The main thing is that we didn't get to handle that decision, and we did not get to change our succession laws. So we really only hold the county of Alexandria here, and that is going to make things a little bit more difficult than they might otherwise be, but it should be manageable. So you'll see our brother has inherited Heliopolis. We've got our sister here in the Delta. We've got our other sister here in Crete itself. And then we've got Princess of Anthea, our sister in Cagliari. So our lands have split up quite a bit, but we do still hold Alexandria, which is one of the best counties now. 19 development, which is quite high, and it's got some really good buildings and really nice bonuses. So overall, it's not the worst situation to be in, but we're going to need to try to do our best to continue to build up from there. Sometimes I feel like the entire world rests upon my shoulders. My responsibilities as the despot of Crete are endless. I hardly have a moment of time left for myself. Can't people just leave me alone for a while? We could gain the trait reclusive, just like our father did, which might be fine. I need something to rebalance my humors. You know, I think I actually don't mind, becoming a Hashishia. So let's do this. There we go. You might be a despot, but you're also a vile cur. The unprovoked anger expressed by my aunt Stefania comes as a complete surprise. She has been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this. All right, so we lost a little bit of stress. Countess Paimane is dear to me. Would you let her go in return for this offer? Very well, I will accept. That's going to give us a little bit less stress as well. All right, can we deal with these raiders? Good, we shall be able to handle these Norse raiders here who have come to invade our lands. They've come a long way, but they've come a long way to defeat, or to be defeated here. Huh. Princess Artemisia created the faction to install Prince Apollonius of the priesthood of Ares on the Cretan throne against me. Huh, our sister here has started a faction. That is mighty unfortunate news to hear. We're gonna disband our army. There we go. Notable guest has arrived. Not too concerned about that. So we defeated the raiders, and we will need to kind of check everything else here and see what's going. We can send our child to university. Who would be the... Oh, I see. Okay. Ah, we can send our daughter here, Princess Valeria. We would gain some stress because we're paranoid, but I think that's probably fine. Let's see. What does this mean? Oh, that would... She would become his ward? Well, let's see. Oh, I see. We need more money in order to be able to do that, so we gotta wait a little bit here. Ah, but we can ask our head of faith for gold, so we will do that. Let's get that money in. Should give us a nice little bonus there. We will use this wealth wisely. All right, now we can send our child to university. So we'll send Princess Valeria. She is quite young, but that she will become Prince Epatios's ward. She'll be at her court, but she'll get a better education than usual. I wonder if we should wait a little bit before we do this. I think we will. I think we'll raise our daughter ourselves for a little while. Once she's a little bit older, then we'll send her over to learn at the university. We could pay homage to the liege, and we could also, take this money here. Money is going to be very helpful to us in our current situation. We need to build up as much as we can. We can join Jarl Frothi's grand tournament, but we may not arrive there in time. Yeah, I don't think we'll bother with either of these two. Travel time, 9 months. No, I think we'll hold off on those, but we will go and petition our liege. Oh, we would gain 80 stress. We're gonna need to deal with our stress first and foremost, just like we did with our previous character. So how can we do that? Well, we can commission an epic. First, I'm gonna look at this. Let's commission an epic of our family. What I need is a classical tale of grandeur of my family, a chronicle about the origins of the Argaeus dynasty and how we are destined for greatness. I only need someone who knows how to tell a story. Eulanios is an accomplished storyteller. Indeed, it appears he is. He is a scholar. I will gather some of my best scribes. Let's see. Yeah, let's get Eulanios to do it. He seems like he'll be a very capable man. And here we could consume some hashish cakes. Just a few bites and the stress seems to flow from my body. My mind begins to fog and a sense of peace and restfulness comes over me. There's nothing quite as relaxing as good hashish. I think we're going to do this because we really need to reduce that stress here. So we lose 24 stress. Not as much as I would have hoped, but it will be enough for now. We do need a physician. So let's take a look. Oh, we've got a physician here. Our court is fairly filled out. And for now, I think we're going to keep everyone in their positions. Even though it is costing us a bit of money, we're still gaining some bonuses from that. So things are looking okay. Can we petition our liege without a critical stress break? We can now. Let's see. I mean, the ideal one would be to resettle subjects if we could get this to work. I mean, he likes us a lot, the Basileus does, so he might accept. That would be a pretty good bonus to us. We might stop off in some of these places as well here. So let's customize our route. So after Alexandria, we're going to stop here to get this little bonus. And then on our way back, we're going to stop here and get that little bonus as well. There's no danger here. So it is a safe trip to travel and it's only going to cost us 7 coins. So that is not very much money at all. All packed and proper, we have finally come to the point where we can start our journey from Alexandria. Very well. cannot wait. So we need to go forth and present our petition to the Emperor. But first, my family epic seems to be progressing well, and some lines already sound like they will be quoted for decades to come. But Eulanos has a lot of questions about the focus of the story. It would be easier if he wrote it all first, then I could tell him what I dislike about it. But he insists he needs answers now. Focus on stories of my dynasty's ancestral claims. We will gain claims on neighboring titles when the epic is done. Yeah, that seems really good. I'll gain more renown. You know what? This seems pretty useful. If we could like somehow gain a claim on the Kingdom of Egypt, that would be amazing luck. Having worked on the Chronicle for a while, Eulanios seeks me out. Sire, I must confess that though your dynasty is indeed grand, the ancestral claims you hope to find might not be so easy to corroborate. I need more time and more resources to dig deeper in the old text, else I will have to make some small embellishments to the story, and your claims may sound less convincing. Embellish whatever you want, just get it No, just take my gold and do more research. We can afford to pay a little bit extra for this. Not too worried about that. We don't need to spend a lot of money right now. That's the thing. We have a decent amount of money. We're not making very much, but we don't need to spend very much as well. Oh, Pelagia, you have been so brave. Our wife has given birth to twins. Twins do indeed run in the family. Let's pick a good name for our daughter here, which I think could be, let's see, Eudokia. That seems good. And we will name our son here after our our great-grandfather here, Alexandros. So that should be quite fitting here. So unfortunately, well, although he won't be our heir, because our heir is going to be Princess Valeria, presumably, we do have our two new children here, and he is spindly. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Eulanios has been working diligently on my chronicle that grows increasingly large in both scope and volume. My lord, I've found an old document about tax and land rights. A pretty dreary read, but it mentioned a lord called Pelagios the Bald, who ruled Arborea and Nicopolis in the days of old. I managed to trace his lineage all the way from the late antiquity to you. I can thus give you claims on either of those lands, so credible that none may gainsay them. Arborea or Nicopolis? Where is Nicopolis? Let's see. Okay. And Epirus here. Not the most useful. Let's see. Why not both of them? Our neighbors will be very upset when they learn about... No, I feel like I'm not really too concerned about Arborea, so let's get the claim on... Well, actually, Arborea might be more useful, because eventually we could take the entire island here. So, you know what? Let's do that. And I think that should be helpful to us anyways in the future. We're going to need to gain some more counties because we've only got the one now. We need more knights as well. Oh, we're overcome by stress. That's unfortunate. Oh, our sister died. It is finished, my lord, Eulanios says with some relief, handing me a large tome. This is the Chronicle of the House of Argeus, describing in great detail its history of ruling the various lands that you desire. Surely now none can contest your claims. And we now have the illustrious book, the Argeus Propaganda Chronicle. Very nice. Some nice little bonuses there, and we'll be able to put that up in our court. We do seem to have a mental break, so we're going to need to deal with that by taking a little bit more hashish here. So that's going to keep us... That's going to keep us good and numbed here. So let us take a look at our new book, which we should be able to put up in the court. Here we go. Illustrious book. Nice bonuses there. We gain a lot of prestige per month, which is pretty awesome. We're going to be up to high levels of prestige very quickly with this character, and we will continue to play this character in the next episode. But until then, thank you for watching.